This mower deck is off of my dad's wheel horse. I think his tractor is a 2000 or 2001. It's one of the last years that they actually made the Toro wheel horse with the cast iron rear end and the angle iron frame. And I've got 5 or 6 tractors. And I told him that I had two real good rear discharge decks, and he's stubborn. He doesn't want one. He wants a side discharge. Well, the side discharge I got, somebody's patched it all up, and they did a shit job of it. And but I bought 4 tractors, 2 snow blades, a tiller attachment for the rear of one of them, and a side discharge deck and a rear discharge deck for $500. 2 of the tractors run. One's a 10 horse, one's a 6 horse. It's a B60. The other one's a 105-8, I think. And I have no idea. The other one's, I think it's 8-speed too. One of them's a 4-speed, but it's missing the engine and front axle and a bunch of other stuff off of it. But there's a 20 horse out there that's got a twin cylinder Briggs on it. It's blowed up. That's the one with the tiller. But I wanted that one just because of the rototiller on the back. I figure I can use the rototiller, put it on a tractor, throw some chains on it, take it down the 4-wheeler path, and everybody's wanting to put food plots and everything out in the field. The problem is where we hunt, there's so much pressure that the deer stay in the woods until damn near dark, and they won't come out until you can't see through a scope. And I want to take and rototill inside the wood line and put a food plot next to my tree stand, and that way they'll be more comfortable staying there a little bit longer. But this thing's, you can see where it's rotted out right in here. I'm going to take and cut a piece 3-inch wide, 3.5-inch long. I've already got it marked out, and I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to put it flush. I'm going to tack it in and then start stitching it in, grind all the welds down. And he's picky on how his stuff looks. He's old-fashioned, and he's hard-headed. So he's got a 90 Chevy that's engine's blown up, spun a bearing, and he told me it's not worth putting an engine in. I said the body's nice and the frame doesn't have any problems. It's not broke, it's not rusted out. And a 90 Chevy in Ohio that's rust-free, yeah, I mean, it's got some cab corner rust in it, but it's not horrible. It's nowhere near like the other junk that I got sitting around down here that's about gone. I almost dropped the F-bomb. But I'll try to watch my mouth, since the wife's 2 or 3-year-old niece wants to watch my videos sometimes. So I'm gonna get to cutting this thing out, and I'll let you know how it turned out. I got all my measurements wrote out on a piece of cardboard, little high school drafting. So yeah, like 3 years of metal shop, 4 years of drafting, and then 4 years of wood shop in high school. And then all of the people in the school want to know why in the hell they can't get a levy passed. I took all the shop classes out of school, and I said if kids want to do that kind of stuff, they'll go to the JVS. And my old man had a problem with that. He wouldn't let me go to the JVS. He told me stay in school, get a good education. That way you can get out and get a good job. I looked at him a couple years ago. I said, I screwed that up, didn't I, Dad? Because I'm still working in a shop. Well, but I don't know. I save a bunch of money by doing it myself. That, and I don't trust anybody else's work. So I got a buddy that used to help me out down here, but he got into drinking all the time, got into some trouble, and I got my key back off of him, and you know, so I don't need headaches like that around. I mean, all through high school, he was a good kid. I got a few black eyes and fat lips sticking up for him, but that's because I knew he didn't do what they was accusing him of. So supposedly he wrote an N-word on a desk, and he didn't do it. His cousin did it. It sat in the desk the period before him, or sat behind the, let's see, his last name's Wilson. His Chucky Wilson was behind him, and so I think that was who did that. I can't remember if it was a Wilson or a Hendershot, but yeah, Dave got in some trouble. A couple black kids come looking for him at lunchtime, and Dave was just a 130-pound scrawny kid. I'm in 7th grade, and I'm 190-pound. I was bench pressing over 200 in 7th grade, and so I grabbed one kid by his shirt, picked him up off the ground, and told him, "You got a problem with him, you got a problem with me." Then he threw a punch up over top and hit me. I dropped him. It didn't knock me down, knocked my glasses off, made me mad. So, but I'll take that all the time for standing up for what's right. So I'm going to quit rambling on and get to working on this thing. I got the Hyundai done. It's sitting up the house, ready for her niece to come pick it up, and so I'll get to throwing sparks. Thanks.